not start streaming. Start recording. Cool. Okay, so we left off where Ankis has disappeared. He was pulled away by the squid. You all heard a giant shout. The ship came to an immediate halt as it kind of turned hard starboard side and started heading towards the city as the captain shouted out. You guys all heard this like booming voice. Don't know who it was. It doesn't sound like Ankis. You just heard a massive booming voice as it like caused ripples. The boat is floating there. Ink is starting to dissipate. As it does, Squid and Ankis are gone. Ankis, you are deep in the dark.
Dead.
You cannot see around you. You have no sense of what's going on other than you are still being pulled by this squid that is actively fleeing from you. As the abyss begins to close around you, your rage still fighting off several d6s of force damage as pressure begins to slowly crush your bones. It's not actually happening. This is just happening as I'm describing things. You're not actively dying. Don't worry. Yet.
Oh, it's such a serious moment, Pat. Please.
You hear that voice bellow out again, but this time in your mind. Who's freed me from my torment? Name yourself, warrior.
In my mind, replying to him because the bubbles are, that is keeping my breath is fighting to stay with me. I go, my name is Ankus. My father was Imrus. My mother was Val.
You feel a sudden warmth that turns into a heat that you can only experience or think of as being bathed in the fire from Tiamat herself. Your body erupts in flames as oxygen and water begin to evaporate around you, creating an air pocket as you are being pulled down. The rope snaps as the Kraken disappears into the abyss. The sword, no longer in your hand, is floating in front of you. You see a shape behind the sword. There is a 15-foot tall minotaur holding the sword in the style of like a paladin would as he stands above you, and he says, "My fate is not meant to be wasted in the depths. Seems as though fate has chosen you and I shall be intertwined. Ankis is your name. I shall lend you my strength to get you back to your allies. Make me a strength saving throw, please."
That's a 9.
Wow. You take.
Dude, you need to roll these dice privately.
Nah, I'm doing it on purpose.
Oh, okay.
So you take. Okay. You're about you're like 240 feet down. I'll just roll all of them instead of one at a time. Or the last two. So that's... You take... Oh, damn. You take 11 points of force damage as the rage literally is stopping the abyss from crushing you. As you begin to rocket forward, you feel as like you're kicking and swimming, you can see this like almost mage-like armor surrounding around you, this aura, this heat, this flame. You're able to breathe, but the amount of pressure that you're underneath and you swimming, you can feel your like forearms and your shins begin to like almost splint and like crack a little bit. You feel as like your shin on your left leg snaps, and then you're like your fibia kind of pops out as well. You make it back to the ship in bad shape. You all are on air. Ankis is not unconscious, but he is in a state from that much damage rapidly in autopilot. You guys all see this massive form rocketing towards you, water evaporating around him. So you see just this like almost this comet of steam rocketing towards you guys, and as it hits the air pocket, you see as Ankis, nothing around him other than the sword in his arms, slams into the ground and bounces and skids as the great sword sort of spirals out and knocks up against the one of the masts of the ship. What do you guys do?
Since I'm not unconscious, in my mind I go, "Thank you for returning me. May I ask your name?"
You hear a much softer voice this time come through. He goes, "Name is Calgor. You shall hear from me soon again." And it goes quiet. What do you guys do?
L. Can you spell that name?
Yes, it's actually one of.
Don't worry.
It's actually
worry,
one of the heroes. Oh wait, no, you don't. You guys don't know that. If you're talking about it meta game, then sure, but your characters didn't hear that name.
Oh no, I just can't spell.
I think it's Kaelgor.
I've got the spelling. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What am I looking for?
I think Kazar's still in shock, and is currently drowning his sorrows with a gallon of liquor.
It's infinite. You are roll me a constant. You just been drinking?
The sheet that Inks had sent me, like the actual like terminology of it, said a gallon. Once it's done, it takes 8 hours to refill.
Oh, you drank the whole thing. Oh, I need you to roll me a constitution.
He just threw me a fucking.
Yeah, 1 second, Cal. I'll get to you in just a second. That's roll me a constitution saving throw. That's.
We all gotta die someday.
At disadvantage. You rolled a gallon. You drink a gallon. Roll. Yeah.
Fucking.
That's. I thought you just took a couple of swigs.
That's what I was hoping.
I was in despair, bro. He said here and then ran away.
Okay, so
I tried to cut my own.
I meant to get you back in the zone.
15. Roll at disadvantage. Roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Okay.
Huge.
I was a nat 20, but it's 15. So.
You are drunk, but you are not inebriated. It's
Is this a form of magical sleep paralysis charm, something like that?
No, you are. It's just you're shit faced. I mean, but also cognitive. It's not like
magical.
It is of a magic nature. Like whatever alcohol is coming out of here, you have the effects of being drunk, but you're not like. I don't know how to like say it. You're drunk but not drunk, if that makes sense. Like you're still gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna fight somebody. Sure, you're gonna be like fucked up, but you're not like blackout. You're not slurring your words. You just your whole body
capacity's still there. My body itself is
exactly.
I'm a body drunk.
Yes,
instead of
this
body drunk.
alcohol seems to be affecting your physical being, not the mental being. So
Gotcha.
all of you is up here. Body is just like. Blah, blah, blah.
Gotcha. I think I'm still like hunched over, like against like a wall, like just fucking drinking this.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. How do you guys? I mean, you all are. Not everyone's fucked up, but for the most part, Nyx is hurt, badly. Kazar's wounded after Crow healed him up, and Uncas is on the verge of death. What are you guys doing?
So I'm still on the 3rd floor, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
you are still on the 3rd floor with the woman who is sitting on the bed, facing away from you.
So I'm assuming at this point I've heard kind of, or felt, I guess, the ship stop, seem like maybe this battle is sort of over, like the sounds are in the distance, correct?
Yes, you feel the ship come to a sudden, like somehow underwater, come to a sudden, like. So you kind of like hold on to like the like railing of the stairway as it like kind of lurched for a moment and now has kind of like swung back into like momentum's rest or whatever.
So kind of in this moment, I'm realizing that the battle is done. I'm running out of time. I've been in my own world. So I'm going to kind of shakily, because I'm hurt. I'm freezing. Walk over to the woman and like walk up behind her and say, "You didn't go. Why didn't you go?" Like up to the top.
No response, no movement, nothing.
Can I turn and see if I can see her face?
Yeah, you walk past her, the bed that she's sitting on. You walk past the post as you just, for a moment, it's not that she's out of sight, but you just see her legs and her torso for just that moment. And then you turn and you see that there is a mummified corpse sitting on the bed, just facing where the tree was sitting. There's no response. Doesn't look like it's alive, but you just see this like mummified corpse of a female pirate, I would say.
So it's like, oh fuck. Just sitting up, like propped against something,
Nope.
or
Just
like
upright, 90-degree angle.
she's sitting.
Yep.
Um.
Full upright,
Uh.
straight back, just looking straight forward. No response to you turning the corner or anything.
I don't like hear anything coming from it or anything.
What do you mean? Like,
Like when I was down in the darkness, I heard whispers coming from the dark, right? In a
there
language I didn't understand.
you hear no breath. You see no facial movements. You don't see any compressions. There is lifelessness here. There, in its morbid sense, true lifelessness. There's nothing coming from this corpse.
And it doesn't appear to be like an illusion or anything. Like when I saw the tree speaking with it, it was very clearly interacting with this woman. And now that I'm up close, it doesn't seem like maybe this is me losing my mind.
Well, if you
Right.
recall, the tree and the woman were just sitting here. She never moved. The tree got up and left with the others.
Yeah.
She stayed in this upright position and not once moved her head, her hair, her body. She has been stale and stagnant this whole time. You see her. She's in front of you. It's not an illusion. There is something sitting there. You can see the compressions on the bed where the thigh is. It's not a deep, heavy compression as if like there is significant weight to this, but there is enough weight where you can see, okay, something is there. I'm not losing my mind. Something's sitting on the bed.
Um, Can I, like, reach out and touch her arm? Just to double check this. And does it feel cold?
Sure. You reach out, touch the arm. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and roll me a wisdom saving throw.
19.
You very quickly feel a coldness similar to that of the shadow, but this time not wrapping around you, just on the palm of your hand where you're touching on her arm. However, as you sort of look back up, you're no longer on the ship. You see she's still sitting there. The bed is still there. However, you see there is you're in this like almost castle-like room. You can see a window. You can see outside that window is sky. You know you're high up because you don't see trees or anything. You just see sky. You don't see land. Where you are on the bed, your hand is still on here. You haven't moved or let go. Standing next to you, you see that there is a young woman. She is reaching out. You see as the corpse moves, your hand falls through it, and it reaches out and clasps the young woman's hand. For a moment, the corpse turns and looks at you. On that wisdom saving throw, you don't immediately go insane and drop to an intelligence of 1. You connect and hear a message that says, "The abyss is coming once more. The old god is hungry." And then you snap back and you are again once on the ship standing there. Corpse still there. Your hand still on her, still cold. Hasn't moved. The head is no longer turned looking at you like it was in that vision. It's still facing forward where the tree was. What do? You start to hear as like, you can still hear footsteps, but you can hear some people moving back down, like non-essential people moving back down into like the cook floor. So like 2 floors above you. What do you want to do?
She's gonna pull her hand away, like upon feeling this cold and the shock of the message that she just heard. And the familiar pain of the cold is going to send, for lack of a better word, a shiver down her spine of this fear again. And she's going to turn from the corpse and go return to the surface to find the others. See if maybe Incas is alright, and I guess see that one of her teammates is now missing a hand.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna run up, try to find the others, and like pull them aside.
You make your way up. You see the rest of your group there. Uncas, badly wounded, kind of picking himself up, just recently thudding into the ship. You see Kazar has a hoof for a hand. That's new. He didn't cut his hand off before you left down here, so that's new. And Crow, I would assume, is leaving from the cannon position, maybe heading back over to the group. So you guys are all back together, some badly wounded. The captain comes down and she goes, "Right, it seems you lot took more damage than the ship did. We lost a couple of Genasis, but Zen can get them back. Do you guys need to stop at Merchant Reef to get healed up or anything? Or you know, she looks at Yazar and she goes, "None of this fucking shit again, Yazar. Like, you're already on thin ice. I don't know what the fuck this whole thing was about. Like, I thought it was funny the first couple of times, but like, these are crazy. Like, this water is known for more than just giant squid." You see, he just like, he shrugs. He's like, I didn't. How the fuck am I supposed to know? You see, like, he's very distraught of watching the two Janaz. Like, this was clearly not planned. This was like the crew was not expecting this to go this way. So everybody's quite shaken up. The captain is checking in and she goes, "Do we maintain? I'm fine to maintain course. The crew is very hardened. We've been through much worse. Are we maintaining course to Waterdeep, or would you like to dock in Merchant Reef?"
If you've got a healer on board, then we can continue. But if you're not, then I would prefer go see someone about medical attention.
I don't think Uncas can say anything.
No, I'm still with you.
He's still up. He's at 2 HP.
Conscious.
Okay.
The captain-
The way you described it made it seem like he wasn't unconscious, but he can't fucking do it. Like he's fucking just like.
No, he's
Scared.
Ankus is so you guys again that. However, your characters perceive that, I love that look because that is what it is. Ankus is fucked up. Like in all means, you guys also see as Nyx comes from from like below the ship, and she is visibly fucked up as well. Like even though it's cold damage, you can see some of her scales are like chipped and broken off. Some of them are like completely missing. You can see like they are fucked up. The fact that Ankus, you just saw this and he is still standing, like this is all very like I think what's happening is you guys are all seeing as, oh fuck, this is what the real world outside, like this is what adventurers go, like this is real shit. We can almost die. Like Ankus is, look how fucking strong he is, but also look how fucked up he got. Look at like your actions, Khazar, caused something that you never even, you were like, holy, like it's something so profound that changed who you are. Crow, you rushing to the aid of your friend and then immediately like, what the fuck is going on? And like, this is new to you. Like Svater and you have been on missions before and it's never been like, oh, like stuff has gone sideways, but it's never been like Svater's like, I don't know what the fuck to do, Crow. Like you figure it out. There's always been structure. Same thing with you, Nyx. Combat and training has always had structure to it. You know how you're going to get hurt. You know how bad you're going to get hurt. You know you're getting healed afterwards. All of you guys are now seeing for the first time as the captain responds to you, Ankus, and says, we don't have, I mean, we can get you patched up, kiddo, but I mean, it's a 2-day travel to Waterdeep. We can, I mean, with some long rest, we won't let you die, but I don't think we don't have any healers right now. We can just definitely get you bandaged up. Essentially saying like, if you take a long rest, you'll probably be back up on your feet. But they don't have any healers that could just be like, yeah, lay on hands or cure wounds or something like that. It doesn't seem like that's kind of the activities they would be getting into to need that kind of crew. Go ahead.
If I may, everybody seems a bit shaken up. I think resting is our best option. Maybe we could take just a moment to check in on everything, make sure nothing of value was lost, make sure we can actually make the trip. And, you know, me and my team can, if you have a place where we can rest for a moment, talk for a moment, reorient ourselves, that would be my preference. It's a bit of a tough fight.
She the captain nods and she goes, aye, lass. I believe majority of us are shaken up. Yin and Yang, while they can come back, thankfully, to their brother, aye, you can have my quarters. Take your time. Feel free to take inventory of whatever your personal belongings are. The crew will be out of your way. And you see as she moves away and heads down away from you guys, and begins barking orders to the crew to start kind of like getting the mass put together. You see as the ship is beginning to leave from underwater, you see as Zen walks up to you guys and he goes, that's not at all. He looks at Khazar. I mean, like the whole situation is like, you see as he's very much like, He puts his hand on you, Kazar, and just says, "They're coming back. Don't beat yourself up too much." And he just walks away, and his hand kind of just lingers on your shoulder for a moment as he gives you a tight, like, affirming squeeze, and it just brushes off. He moves below deck to begin some sort of ritual that he is going to cast to bring the Genasis back. You guys are more than welcome. Do you all go into the captain's quarters?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, go ahead, Pat.
Go ahead, Pat.
We are out of combat, correct?
Yes, you all are out of combat. We're out of initiative, so you guys can just jump in however y'all want to.
Is Uncas near me, like within like reaching distance?
I'd say as he stands up, staggering a bit, he's within I would say 10 feet from you. Not within reaching distance, but he's not far.
I've actually started making my way to pick up the sword, so I am actually quite a distance away.
Okay, in that case, he's now, I would say, about 20 feet from you.
Okay. You always gotta make this difficult.
He just wants to touch you.
My first priority now after hearing Calgor's voice is keeping that sword very close.
I kind of like. I get up, kind of wobbly, for sure. And I kind of like, in my drunken stupor, as well as just the turmoil in my head going on right now, make my way to Ankus, and I kind of like touch his shoulder as I walk past him, and I cast Cure Wounds twice.
Go ahead and roll your health and see how much he gets back.
Do you want me to just double it or roll twice?
He is full health. Full.
Okay,
I was gonna say you if you don't want to, you can take back the second one.
Okay.
You heal him completely. Angus, you feel as
Someone else who's almost dead, but okay.
You feel as your bones snap back into place. You are limping to the sword, and when you pick it up, it's not as heavy as it was before, not wieldable. But it's almost as if it's given you an ounce of its strength and or respect to pick it up, especially in this state. As you lift the sword and you feel Kazar's hand on your back, as you feel your bones, your tibia snap back into place, begin to mend. It's painful. Healing is not. You've been healed before, Ankus, but it's been medicinal. It's been long. It's been, a broken bone. Okay, I'm out 6 to 8 weeks. This is different. This is while you come from a rich magical background, it's not as pleasant or as simple as maybe your father or mother has put it in the past. You feel the bones mend back. You feel them re-break and recalibrate to where they were before. You're back to full health. You feel, it's rough. You're sore as shit, definitely, but on death's door, you're not anymore. You're back to vital and everything. You're just in a physically rough. Everything hurts.
As that happens, Nyx is going to just kind of in a shaky voice go Ankus, Kazar, please, captain's quarters. We need to talk.
As that happens, this motherfucker, I whisper just to where Ankus can hear, and I'm like, I'm sorry. And I walk towards Nyx, and I use my last Cure Wounds on Nyx.
Oh, damn, Tunic boy. You
12.
Oh shit! Back to max health. Also,
Wow.
you feel.
She definitely kind of relaxes. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I say sorry to Nyx, and then as I walk past Ryder, I hand him back the flask and go, "Thank you." and I go downstairs. I don't go to the captain's quarters.
Oh.
I go to my own room, and I'm just gonna be secluded.
Can I try to drag him with me?
So, as he heals you, Nyx, and moves past you, you feel painfully as your scales begin to regrow that have frostbitten off and fallen off. Um, you can try to grab him and stop him if you'd like to. It's gonna be a athletics check at disadvantage to fight through the pain to try and snag his tunic before he walks away from Ryder.
Okay, okay.
I hate this moment.
I mean, you have a tunic now. It's canon. You're a tunic boy. What do you want from me?
I'm a tunic brother.
You're a tunic squad.
Can I?
TV?
What'd you say it was?
Athletics at disadvantage.
Okay. Damn. 11.
Pat. You have a choice. You've made one already to move down into the crew's quarters where you've been given a cot. Now, you feel Nyx reach out. You feel as just she's able to like kind of brush your shoulder. You're out of reach. Do you stop, or do you continue?
Can I say something as well?
Sure.
As I reach out, as I grab for him, I say, Kaz, this is bigger than us now. Please, I know, but we have to talk. There's something more going on here. I know that you're here for a bigger mission. Come on. Stick with us. We'll figure it out together.
You hear a voice, Kazar. One that you've already heard once today. You know she's right. Your path to redemption is through her.
I kind of not. What would be the word for it? Like hesitate my next step.
You see, Kazar falter a moment as he begins to move forward and stops, hesitating for just a moment. What do you say, Kazar? Or do you just have that hesitation? What happens here? There seems to be a moment, one that can be grasped, or one that can be lost, and Kazar moves about his day. What happens?
I think he looks up to whatever the sky is at this point, through the bubble, through the water, to however far the sky is. And he goes, "What would y'all do?" And he's kind of like speaking to, I guess everybody else would assume it would be himself, maybe.
Out loud? Or is this...
Yeah, I say it out loud. But I think he's trying to speak to, because he's only like, yeah, he had his family and his friends in the village before everything happened, but realistically, for the majority part of his life, he's only ever spoken to spirits in a graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
That's where he lived. That's who he talked to. That's his circle. And so I think he's trying to reach out to any type of spirits of past adventurers or like anything around, of just like he's lost. He has, like, this is the very first time this has ever happened for him, and he doesn't know how to process it.
As you reach out, before anything happens, do either of you respond to Gazar as he looks up, the surface coming close, maybe 60 feet away, and he asks out loud, "What would y'all do?" Do any of you respond?
in the kind of booming voice that they all heard just a while ago, which would send shivers down those that previously failed. I go, Kazar, do what she says. Follow us into the captain's quarters.
I also take this moment to say, getting more of a sense of who this guy is, go, um, stay with the living while you have living to stay with.
Kazar, you feel a warmth that you have not felt before. The voice comes through again and says, you may be the end of every domain, every living being, but with that comes a responsibility to usher in the new. You are on a divine path, and these that are with you bring you closer to redemption. Follow them, my son. You feel a overwhelming sensation. You No one else sees this, because you see spirits rushing up alongside the boat, swirling around you, smiling, all saying in unison, you are the Redeemer, not the Defiler. And they disappear as they shoot upwards. You guys hit and break the surface. You guys are all dry because you've been in water, or not in water, sorry, in air. So it's not like when the surface breaks, you're like all just drenched. But you guys do break the surface. The boat kind of like bounces a little bit. It sounds like anybody move. You guys haven't moved to the captain's quarters yet. You guys are having this moment as a group, sort of here. Nobody's interrupting. You can clearly see that they are like putting down the cannons again, raising anchor, making sure the sails are okay and everything. What do you guys do as a group?
Just the last thing. I think Kazar sees this and kind of like has like a small smirk, just like a chuckle, as like a tear streams down his eyes. He's like, okay, let's go.
Shit.
Okay.
You guys head to the captain's quarters. Close the door behind you. What's there to talk about?
And
Next.
Angus is gonna just sit on the bed with the sword in front of him, resting after the fact that his bones are just being put back into place.
Nyx kind of like motions for everyone to sit down on the various, pieces of furniture throughout the room.
Yeah, you guys see. Sorry, I should have explained it. The captain's quarters is gorgeous. It is, so it's a giant furnished living room, and then there's like a clear cutoff area where you see like the captain's actual bed. There's a door that kind of like blocks it off from this area. Kind of like her own chambers. Yeah, there are several tables, chairs you guys can sit around. Uncas, you find a like lounge, like one of those like comfy, like cushioned sort of like things that you kind of just like lean up on and stuff. You sit on that. You guys all take your seats to discuss what is on hand. Which is
So Nyx is gonna stay standing, and she's very clearly shaky, nervous, anxious, pacing throughout the room. And she looks over the others and goes, I don't even know how to explain it. I know I can't begin to know what you guys saw up here, but I went to look for the others and look for any information that may help us, and I found stuff that I just don't understand. And she saw Anka, Sebastian, obviously, Kazar with his hand cut off, and said it hurt me in ways that I'd never experienced before. It felt like I was being attacked like you were, but the only thing around me was darkness. And I'm sorry. What I mean to say is I went to the bottom of the ship and it was completely dark except for a sarcophagus in the center. I went towards it. I wanted to see, while everyone else was busy, what it could have been, but the very darkness around me hurt. It froze my scales off, touched me to the very core of pain, and I ran. I didn't know what else to do. I couldn't do it alone. And then when I went to get help on the next floor up, there was a corpse sitting on one of the beds, and she goes through and explains the vision.
Yeah, you
Everything she
guys
saw.
hear the same vision that Nick saw. The woman sitting in the room, clasping the hands with the younger woman, and again saying the old one is coming. Um, yeah, you guys, all of that is now knowledge for each of your characters.
And she says, I don't know what it is recently with hearing voices in my head and seeing visions, but I can't help but think that we've got ourselves into something now, something bigger, and I can't figure out how to connect the dots. But we're in danger, and everyone's in danger, and there's weird things going on the ship, and I'm not sure where to go next. Kind of looks to the others to see their thoughts.
I think because we don't know where the future will take us, even where these visions are taking us, our current path feels like it's the right one. We should continue on to Waterdeep, then on to Jolt, and then see where our fate lies.
Hey, Alex, can you shut the fuck up? Scaring the hell out of me right now.
You guys are stumbling
and
around. Ignore me.
the bazaar.
No.
I wish I could, but you're over there giggling in the fucking corner. Anyway, and what of the bazaar? Do we want to go there?
Has anybody seen Schmurg?
I was thinking about that this whole fucking time.
I was too, and I was like, he didn't mention Schmurg whatsoever.
Where's that goddamn turtle?
You guys look around. Schmerg is not here. You actually, the last time remember seeing him was prior to everything going absolutely crazy.
Didn't he go to the
He's
city?
swimming.
He went to the bazaar, I think.
Oh, I totally missed that.
You saw Schmerg in the midst of the chaos dart off and swim to the bazaar. Anka, or not Anka's, Crow was the only one that saw it. It was on that perception check.
That's why I didn't catch that.
That's why I missed it. I wasn't listening.
Fuck. So we gotta stop there then.
Schmerg's no longer on the boat, you've noticed. That's true. If you want to get paid, you don't have to. Again, you guys, Schmerg
We paid half up front anyways. It's not like we're inclined to actually take him all the way to Jolt.
And you guys are already
but you
heading
don't
there
think he
too.
doesn't know something?
At this point, with everything that's going on, and he decided to fuck off on his own, do you honestly want to go back to pick him up after the fact that he basically snapped his fingers and sent away Kazar's god.
Somebody with that type of power? Yeah, I'd like him on our side. You
The
know,
last time I was around someone with that much power, he almost almost destroyed the world before. In its fit of getting chasing power. I don't want to be around someone else who can do something like that again.
how do you not get it, Ankis? This is the type of people we need to be around. Do you not see what we're facing? We need power. Now. With anyone that we can get it from. Or we're never gonna survive this.
Ankus, you
Then
feel
we get our own power instead of relying on others.
you guys all witness, by the way, Ankus is growing angrier. You see as the bench beneath him cracks, you can see there's a weight around Ankus that is not of his own as his voice begins to get louder. Ankus, you feel that rage begin to swell up. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please. You are tapping into something that you might not be ready for. That rage begins to boil up. You begin to see red. You stand up. You all see as Ankis takes a step forward and his foot sinks into the wood with this new weight beneath him. Suddenly, there is a shudder. There's a vibration through the ship, almost that of a heartbeat. It begins to ripple along the water. And that is where we will end tonight's session.